There's something inside you, a whisper, a pulse, a hunger that refuses to stay quiet. You can feel it. It shows up after the applause. It echoes in the silence. It doesn't care how far you've come. It only cares about one thing. Can you be better than you were yesterday? That's it? That's the question. And when you answer it honestly, your life starts to change. Because the desire to get better is where greatness begins. It's not found in genetics, not in luck, not in waiting for perfect conditions. It's found in the daily decision to evolve, to adjust, to rise. It's what separates those who live with intention from those who just exist. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people stop growing, not because they don't have potential, but because they stop asking for more from themselves. They stop trying. They get comfortable. They stay where it's familiar, but not you. Because there's a fire in you. One that says, I'm proud of how far I've come, but I know I'm not finished. Scene, slow montage, early mornings, handwritten goals, quiet gym sessions, missed calls, lonely nights spent building. That fire inside you, it's called self-respect. It's called standards. It's called being in love with your own potential. And that love isn't loud. It's quiet, patient, disciplined. It doesn't demand attention. It demands action. Getting better is a daily war with yourself, your distractions, your laziness, your excuses, your comfort zone. Those are your real enemies. And if you don't face them, they'll silently build the life you don't want, one decision at a time. You don't need to be perfect, but you do need to be honest. Where are you falling short? What habits are stealing your potential? Who are you trying to impress instead of trying to improve? Because when you choose the path of getting better, you stop performing for the world and start becoming for yourself. Scene, a person meditating, visualizing, sitting alone with their own thoughts, facing themselves. Getting better isn't about proving anything. It's about alignment. It's about living in a way where your actions match your goals, where your habits match your dreams, where your priorities match your values. No more pretending, no more waiting, no more wishing. Just honest, consistent, relentless improvement. And yes, it gets hard. It gets lonely, repetitive, boring. There's no applause for showing up when no one notices. There's no spotlight on early mornings. No trophy for journaling, stretching, praying, reading. But those are the moments where your identity is shaped. That's where champions are built. Not on game day, but on every day they trained without fanfare. So how do you get better? You get better by showing up, especially when you don't want to. You get better by doing it anyway. Tired? Do it anyway. Doubtful? Do it anyway. Afraid? Do it anyway. Because success doesn't care how you feel. Excellence isn't based on mood. Growth doesn't come to the most motivated. It comes to the most consistent. Scene, person saying no to the party. Closing Netflix. Picking up a book. Writing in their planner. Choosing growth. Again. Every no to your weakness is a yes to your future. Every yes to discipline is a vote for the person you want to become. You don't need massive breakthroughs. You need micro-commitments, daily rituals, daily honesty. You need to keep the promises you make to yourself. That's how self-confidence is born. That's how momentum builds. That's how greatness is forged. And here's what they don't tell you. The desire to get better is painful because it requires you to admit that you're not there yet. It exposes your flaws. It forces you to confront your weakness. It demands humility. But that pain, that confrontation, that's where your power lives. You face the parts of you you've been avoiding, and you say, I'm not scared of the work anymore. You want to get better? Then you've got to do what most won't. Most people avoid pressure. You walk into it. Most people look for shortcuts. You build endurance. Most people say, I'll start tomorrow. You start today. Because this is the difference. You're not improving for applause. You're improving because you owe it to yourself. Scene, a wall filled with progress, checklists, goals, small milestones. The person reflects quietly, then gets back to work. You want peace? Earn it through effort. You want strength? Build it in the dark. You want to lead? Learn to follow your own word first. The desire to get better demands that you become your own standard. Don't just raise the bar, be the bar. Be the example. Be the one who follows through. Be the one who pushes 1% harder every day. Be the one who builds in silence and surprises the world with results. Because you don't need permission to improve. You need conviction. Every version of your dream life starts here, in your habits, in your thoughts, in the way you treat yourself when no one's watching. So when you feel tired, unfocused, discouraged, ask yourself one simple question. What would a better version of me do right now? Then do that. Final scene, sunrise. A stronger, calmer version of the person from the beginning steps outside, ready, focused, empowered. Narrator, steady and uplifting. This is not about perfection. It's about intention. This is not about who you were. It's about who you're becoming. So show up again. Try again. Fall forward. Stand taller. Because as long as you carry the desire to get better, you will never be powerless. You will never be average. You will never be done. You are a work in progress, a force in motion. And the world hasn't seen your best yet. So keep building, keep rising, keep becoming, and never stop chasing the highest version of you.